Hey guys, usually Dave here from the digitalSoup podcast. I wanted to take just a quick minute because in today's episode that you're going to hear, it is the 4th of July. And we touch base real briefly on some quick tips and tricks for photographing fireworks if you're into that kind of thing. So I figured it'd be kind of cool just to show you a couple little things here with a short video over here on the digitalSoup podcast YouTube channel. So let's dive in. So as we mentioned in the show, the number one thing that you're going to need when you photograph fireworks is a way to stabilize your camera. You need something solid to put it on. Now, it could be as simple as a park bench, maybe a beanbag or a balled up jacket or blanket or something that you're setting on top of a picnic table. But the best thing you can do is get yourself a tripod if you're into photography. I myself, this is my tripod of choice. It's the Vanguard Ultra Pro 263 AT if you're interested. It's a really good high-end, fairly portable tripod that I use for all of my photo work. This is a tripod I bought years and years ago. It's been a workhorse for me. Super rock solid. It's got a ball head so I can adjust everything really easily. Camera just slides right in with a quick play release and pops in, tighten a screw, and I'm done and I'm ready to roll. But if you don't want to spend the money on a high-end tripod, one of the things you can do is go to Amazon or Walmart or any place like that, and you can pick up something like this. This is a real small, this one is called the Amazon Basics Tripod Series. Real simple, lightweight, super inexpensive. It's not the most stable tripod. I wouldn't want to use it as my only tripod if you're serious into photography. But I picked it up because I use it with my video work a little bit here because it fits nicely. My camera can sit right on top, and because of the tilting and panning head, I can actually use it as a selfie stick if I want. So, but for fireworks purposes, something like this will work great. Now, one of the big hurdles I know that you guys are going to run into is that if you're like me, when we're out photographing fireworks, we're out viewing or watching fireworks, we probably are there with our family, our kids, our spouses, or whatever it is, and we might not want to haul, you know, even a lightweight version tripod like this from Amazon or something like that. We may not even want to haul, especially a big, heavyweight professional tripod such as this Vanguard tripod I've got. And one thing I use all the time is a simple little device, but it's a company called Joby Gorilla Pods. They're a bendable tripod. You can get them in various different sizes. This one I happen to use for a lot of my video work because it's got the ability to add just this simple little device right here, which I can stick my phone into also. So I do a lot of video work. Again, it works kind of like a selfie stick, but for your camera, you mount it right on top of there. And what's cool is that you can set it on top, again, a picnic table, a hood of your car, you know, park bench, whatever you're near. But if you don't have anything like that, you can actually wrap it around the handle of your kid's stroller, or you can wrap it on a light post and have your camera be somewhat more stable than it would be if you were trying to handhold this. Because when you're shooting fireworks, big thing is to get those nice blooms and those nice streaming trails of light from that fireworks display that you're watching, you need to have the slow shutter speeds to do that. And to do that on your camera, you've got to have it locked down. But with the camera, diving into settings just a little bit, one of the things you want to do if you're comfortable with it is put this camera in manual settings. Now I've got my Fuji here. Lens recommendation, I do recommend getting a lens that's a little bit wider. Something a little more wide angle because you want to be able to capture not just the firework exploding in the sky, because everybody has pictures of that, right? I mean, there's nothing interesting and unique about it. And honestly, it doesn't tell you anything about what you were doing or enjoying on that day. So I always recommend shoot a little bit wider, capture some of those elements of the scene around you. Maybe you're sitting at a lake and you're getting those, as Jason says in today's episode, if you haven't heard it, getting those reflections off the water. Maybe you are in a situation where you've got a lot of people gathered around and you can catch some of that crowd illuminated by that firework burst up in the sky. Maybe it's your kids sitting down on a blanket being super cute and cuddly while they're watching the fireworks, and you can get that up there as well. Now, one of the coolest things to do to use your creativity, once you're locked down on the tripod, most of these cameras are going to have some sort of self-timer option, so you can hit the shutter button and give yourself 10 seconds, say, to run back to your seat and sit down and include yourself in the image. Many cameras, including my Fuji's, I can go right on my phone, control the camera via the app, and so I can have the camera set up somewhere in the scene behind me and be sitting there enjoying the display with my kids and get pictures the whole time without ever having to go back and forth to my camera, which is pretty awesome. Technology really does a lot of wonderful things for us in today's day and age. So that's some tips there. Now, as far as camera settings, I'm not going to dive real deep because every situation is different depending on how much light there is in the sky, how much other light from the city or wherever you're at. I mean, where I'm at is a pretty remote area of northern Minnesota, and a lot of times the fireworks displays up here, it's wilderness all around, and so it's just black. But if you think of Disney World, when those fireworks go off, there's a lot of light around there, so you know, every situation's a little different. But in general, I do cover it on the episode, some tips as far as settings, but think about it this way. Keep your ISO as low as possible. Keep your aperture somewhere around f10 to f16, f11, somewhere in there, and try and get to a point where your shutter speeds on your camera are probably in that neighborhood of 2.5 to 4 seconds, 5 seconds, somewhere in that neighborhood. And that should be a pretty good starting point. Now, if you're not comfortable diving into manual on your camera, many of today's consumer point-and-shoot cameras, or even, you know, prosumer, they call it, the entry-level digital SLRs, will have the ability to choose scene selector modes. Many times they do include a mode that will look like a little fireworks display. Go ahead and use that if that's what you're comfortable using. It is a fully automatic mode and it's not going to be perfect, but it'll get you in the ballpark. So remember, couple things you need. Number one, of course, a camera. Number two, get yourself a nice solid tripod, or any kind of tripod, be it something like this one from Vanguard, or something cheap and inexpensive from Amazon. Spend like 20 bucks. Just because if you're not using it a lot, why spend a lot of money? Or even a little bendy tripod from Joby or any of the other companies you can get them from out there. Most importantly, what you need to do is remember, have some patience, because it's going to take a little trial and error to get that lighting right, get your camera settings right so it's doing what you want it to do. But never, ever, ever forget that the most important thing to do when you're out enjoying a fireworks display and you're spending time with your family and you're wanting to get some of those pictures, never let the act of taking those pictures get you frustrated and take you out of being able to enjoy that time. So most importantly, don't forget to have fun. Spend time with your family, spend time with your loved ones, go enjoy that fireworks display. And you know what? If the pictures aren't working, they're not working. Forget about it, practice, and try again next year. Beautiful thing is that for a lot of people, there's more than one fireworks display in their area. So if you mess it up one night, chances are you can go out a couple nights later and catch something this time of year. So really a wonderful thing. So for now, from all of us here at digitalSoup, we want to thank you so much for not only checking out this video, but for listening to the show each and every week. Tell your friends about it. You can find us over at the digitalsouppodcast.com. We are also a proud member of the Gonna Geek Podcast Network, which you can find over at gonnageek.com. From all of us here at digitalSoup to you guys out there, happy 4th of July. You guys take care. Enjoy your fireworks display. If you want to share some photos and some examples of what you've got, head over to our digitalSoup podcast community on Facebook or Twitter, anywhere you want to find us, and tag us. Send us some of those pictures, and we'd love to see what you come up with. If you've got questions, you can always reach out to me as well, and I'll help you the best I can with any of this photo work. So you guys take care. Have a great one. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my 4th of July. See you guys later.